Hello and good morning. Okay, so we are week 4, day 4 of our daily read out louds. Now, today I said I was going to be reading chapters. Let's see, Monday I read 1 and 2, Tuesday I read 3 and 4, Wednesday was 5 and 6. So then Thursday I'm going to do 7, 8. I was going to do 9, but I'll do 9 tomorrow because it's a little bit longer. Okay, so today I will be reading chapters 7 and 8, and we are going to continue reading Mr. Will Needs to Chill. Now, who's Mr. Will? Mr. Will is the ice cream. Yeah, he is the ice cream man. But we left off to where Mr. Will was not in the ding-dong truck. It was Mr. Bill, and Mr. Bill did not know math. Do you remember that? Okay, so let's continue. So we're on chapter 7. It's called Mr. Mill. Oh, here we go. Mr. Bill's octopus push-up pop was yummy. I could hardly taste any octopus at all. Ryan got a coconut popsicle dip, and Michael got a rocket pop. Alexia got a double dip butterscotch swirl cone. It was the greatest day of our lives. When we got inside the school, all the kids and teachers were smiling again, and then the day, it seemed to just fly by. Mr. Klutz was right. Eating ice cream first thing in the morning does help you learn. And at lunchtime in the vomitorium, Miss LaGrange made yummy chicken nuggets and tater tots for us. Everybody was happy. I must admit, without me and Dr. Carbles around, school was kind of fun. But don't tell the gang that I said that. They would never let me hear the end of it. So then the next morning, I could hardly wait to get to school. Mr. Klutz was waiting for us on the front steps. Can we buy ice cream again today? Neil asked. Of course, replied Mr. Klutz as he handed each of us $1. I can hear the ding-dong truck coming down the street again. So we all ran over to the ding-dong truck, and as soon as it pulled up to the curb, I was expecting to see Mr. Bill, the new ding-dong guy. But that's when the weirdest thing in the history of the world happened. Mr. Bill wasn't in the truck. It was some other guy, and he had red hair. Where's Mr. Bill? We all asked him. Mr. Bill's on vacation, said the red-haired guy. I'm Mr. Mill. What? How could Mr. Bill be on vacation already? He just started to work yesterday. Oh, well, as long as we get our ice cream every morning, right? I don't care who the ding-dong guy is. I'll have a chocolate magic shell bomb pop, I told Mr. Mill. So first it was Mr. Will, then Mr. Bill, now it's Mr. Mill. Sure, coming right up, he replied. Hey, did you know we've had ice cream as far as back as the 2nd century BC? Really? I asked. Wouldn't it be rotten by now? No, I mean ice cream was invented a long time ago, Mr. Mill told me. Alexander the Great, he liked to eat snow and ice cream flavored with honey. Wow, that's nice, I said. Well, I'll have a chocolate magic shell bomb pop. But Mr. Bill didn't give me a chocolate magic shell bomb pop like I asked. He just kept talking. During the Roman Empire, he said, Emperor Nero sent runners up to the mountains to get snow. Then he had it flavored with fruits. Oh, that's interesting, I said. So can I have a chocolate magic shell bomb pop? Like now, please? And did you know, said Mr. Mill, that Marco Polo went to the Far East and came back to Italy with a recipe for something that was very much like ice cream? Oh, I didn't know that. So could you please give me my chocolate magic shell bomb pop? And by the time the United States became a country, ice cream was really popular, said Mr. Mill. In fact, George Washington spent $200 on ice cream during the summer of 1790. What a snooze fest. Could Mr. Mill possibly be any more boring? All I wanted was my ice cream. You don't really have any chocolate magic shell bomb pops, do you? I asked Mr. Mill. Sure I do, he replied. As he reached into the freezer, he handed me the magic shell bomb pop. Here you go. I was about to unwrap my chocolate magic shell bomb pop when I stopped. Hey, I said. That was sort of a history lesson that you just gave me. Are you a history teacher? Don't be silly, said Mr. Mill. I'm just the ding-dong man. Mr. Mill is weird. And there's Mr. Mill. Okay, so that was the end of chapter 7. Now we will begin chapter 8. Oh no, chapter 8 is Mr. Hill. So we had Mr. Will, Mr. Will, oh my God, Miss Olvera already forgot. Mr. Will, Mr. Bill, Mr. Mill, now we're Mr. Hill. Oh. Okay, so chapter 8, Mr. Hill. The chocolate magic shell bomb pop was awesome. I couldn't wait to get to school the next morning so I could get more ice cream from Mr. Mill. We all ran over to the truck as soon as we heard the ding-dong jingle, but Mr. Mill wasn't there. It was some other ding-dong guy. Where's Mr. Mill? I asked him. Mr. Mill is sick today, said the new ding-dong guy. I'm Mr. Hill. What would you like? And there's Mr. Hill. Can I have a ding-dong double dippy Dixie doodle? I asked. Sure, coming right up, said Mr. Hill. By the way, do you know what ice cream is made out of? No, I told him. I just like to eat it. Ice cream is made out of cream or milk, sugar, and sometimes eggs and flavoring. And each molecule of sugar, it contains 12 carbon atoms, 22 hydrogen atoms, and 11 oxygen atoms. Oh no, it's atoms. I'm sorry, boys and girls, atoms. So it's 12 carbon atoms, 22 hydrogen atoms, and 11 oxygen atoms. Mr. Hill took out a pad and started drawing a weird picture. Nice picture, I said. Can I have my ding-dong double-dipped Dixie doodle now? After all the ingredients are combined, they get pasteurized, said Mr. Hill. Do you know what pasteurized means? They leave the ice cream out in a pasture for a while. I guessed. No, said Mr. Hill. That's when a liquid is heated to a very high temperature to kill off the germs. And blah, blah, blah is cooled. Blah, 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 blah. Louis Pasteur, blah, blah, blah. French scientist who invented blah, 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 blah. He went on like that for 1,100 minutes. What a snooze fest. How about that ding-dong double-dip Dixie doodle? I finally asked. Pasteur is famous for his discoveries, blah, 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 help prevent diseases, blah, 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 germs, blah, 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 said Mr. Hill. I was gonna just walk away, but suddenly Mr. Hill stopped blabbing about germs. He reached into the freezer and he pulled out a ding-dong double-dipped Dixie doodle for me. I took out the wrapper and a bite. It was yummy. All that stuff you told me about ice cream, it sounded a lot like science class. I told him. You're not really a science teacher, are you? No, don't be silly, said Mr. Hill. I'm just a ding-dong man. Mr. Hill is weird. And there he is saying, when he goes blah, 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 blah. All right, boys and girls, that is the end of chapter 8. So tomorrow I will be reading chapter 9, and that will be the last chapter in this book. And then you can AR test on this book. I hope you enjoyed today's read out loud. And I look forward to finding out what happens tomorrow with chapter 9 is called, I'm going to cover the picture, The Big Surprise Ending. Interesting. Okay, boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed today's read out loud. And don't forget to watch tomorrow's video, chapter 9. Have a good day. Bye.